Today, we are going to talk about how to bring your spouse to the USA. Too often, I get upset calls where the first thing I hear is, I just got back from country X. We had just got married and I tried to bring my new spouse home with me, but they wouldn't let her on the airplane. I had to fly back by myself, alone. And now I hear it might take years before she can come. Well, don't be that person. Watch this video before you make your wedding plans. It is so important that you really understand what the process is, what is needed, what the requirements are, how long it takes, and what the risks for failure are before you get on the airplane to go and get married. Having this information early should help you because before the wedding, you have some immigration choices and alternatives that you can choose from. But after the wedding, well, the choices are gone, and there is only the one remaining path. I am Fred Wall, the VisaCoach, and I help couples to safely navigate a confusing and frustrating immigration process to finally get their visas and have a happy life together in the USA. Please watch this video to the end, because towards the end of this video, I will explain the two biggest immigration mistakes that those planning a foreign wedding should avoid. Now, let's talk about how to bring your spouse to the USA. Your partner, your spouse, needs permission from the US government to allow him or her to enter the USA. And if you are just married, this is called a IR1 Spouse Visa. And if you've been married for 2 years or more, it's called an IR1 Spouse Visa. We'll just say spouse visa these days. First, we work together to produce a thick packet of forms, evidences, and civil documents. This is required to demonstrate that, you are eligible to apply and that your true agenda is a genuine life together, not immigration fraud. Now, the application itself looks pretty simple. It asks for name, rank, serial number, and this often leads to overconfidence. Couples who really don't understand what all will happen, just fill in the blanks themselves, submit the petition, and often end up shooting themselves in the foot. This typically results in the leading cause of denial, which is failure to convince the consular officer who interviews your partner that your relationship is genuine, is bona fide. Sadly, U.S. immigration has had bad experience in the past with this type of romance visa. Many who were not eligible applied for spouse visas. In reality, they were not seeking a life together in the USA, but only seeking admission to the USA. Their relationship was not real. It was a sham. So, gold diggers, gigolos, con men, even terrorists have used spouse visas as a backdoor into the USA. Now, normally in the USA, one is considered innocent until proven guilty. But because of the bad apples who have abused the immigration system ahead of you and have basically poisoned the well, now when you apply for a visa for your partner, regardless of how beautiful the ceremony and honeymoon were, sorry. Even now, after all that, now immigration takes the attitude of you are guilty until proven innocent. And that's how a lot of couples get in trouble. They sadly end up disappointed at what happens at the interview. Because they are in love, because they are sincere, because they may have already made their vows, they assume that no extra effort to prove their situation was needed. They had a piece of paper. They assume the consular officer would right away recognize their sincerity and just say, yes, visa approved. So they filled in the forms themselves, filing in basic, name, rank, serial number. Or they hired a cheap online, basically a form-filling service. And these cheap, bare-bones applications, are usually enough to get one's foot in the door. It's usually enough to get your partner sitting opposite an officer for the consular interview. Sadly, however, just having your chance at bat, the chance to interview, is rarely enough to win approval. it is too often not nearly enough to demonstrate to the officer that, well, your relationship is bona fide. Now, without enough information laid out in front of him, the consular officer, well, he has to stretch. He's got to dig. He's got to ask a lot of questions to try to hear what he wants to know. And unfortunately, once you start down the path of getting multiple questions, the interview can easily deteriorate into an interrogation until the officer feels he can make a yes, well, or a no decision. And if he is short of time, or impatient, or close-minded, or in a bad mood, or if your partner is not fluent in English or fast enough to provide convincing answers, well, the simpler choice for the officer, the safer choice that does not risk his career or professional reputation, is to deny, to say no. Now, my signature philosophy at VisaCoach is that we achieve success by, well, doing that consular officer's job for him. The consular officer has been doing his work for a while at the consulate. He's been trained. He has experience. He knows, at least in his mind, what a normal and eligible couple should look like. Well, he expects an honest couple will have done certain things in certain ways. And on the flip side, he also has strong ideas of what signs indicate that they may not be honest. So, the closer that your situation matches his positive expectations, then the closer your case is to being approved. So, when I work with a couple, I first discuss with them what they have been doing. Then I explain what the consulate they will be interviewed at is expecting from them. And then I suggest what actions the couple should take, well, basically to do the right thing. And, well, doing just the right thing sometimes is not good enough. Next, we need to document that the right thing was done. So I teach my clients ways to create evidences that show what happened. And I review these evidences to pick and choose the most relevant and most effective ones. But having evidences that the right thing was done still isn't good enough. Last, we have to make sure that these evidences are seen by the officer. And that's what a, well, VisaCoach front-loaded application is. We include with every application high-quality evidences specifically demonstrating that you have a bona fide relationship. We, together, front-load these evidences in the original application because we know that these evidences will get into the consular officer's hands before the interview starts. We know that the consular officer always reviews the original application materials before the interview starts. And so my front-loaded applications are crafted to do the consular officer's job for him. So during his interview, during the review, before your partner sits down in front of his desk, the consular officer should have already seen and reviewed the type of evidences that allow him to confidently approve your visa. He should be very receptive to say yes, even before the interview officially starts. Now, the petition package I put together is mailed to USCIS, the United States Customs and Immigration Service. Spouse visa applications are originally sent to their offices in Chicago for sorting and assignment to various centers around the USA for processing. Now, in 2018, USCIS is taking about, well, 7 to 8 months just to do their part to review your case, and that includes an FBI background check on the American sponsor. Sorry, but this amount of time to process is vastly slower than in recent years, and is due to the executive orders issued by President Trump for USCIS to conduct more vigorous reviews, so-called extreme vetting of all cases. Now, when finished, USCIS hands the case over to the U.S. State Department's National Visa Center, NVC, based in New Hampshire. And once NVC takes over, I will guide you on how to pay their fees and help you assemble and submit a set of civil documents such as birth, divorce, marriage certificates, plus prove the American sponsor's financial eligibility. Normally, we submit all of these via postal mail to NVC. It is what I call the mini petition. Currently, NVC is experimenting with a new system that requires direct upload of evidences from the internet. Some cases are selected for this experiment, and the others follow the traditional path. Either way, at the moment, well, it's pretty confusing. Now, the spouse visa stays at NVC for about 4 to 8 months until NVC is satisfied after its review of all the documents and the consulate confirms it has a date available for the final interview. Then the case is passed on to the consulate and you get a notice advising what date the interview has been scheduled for. Usually this is about 2 months later. Now at this point, I will update you on what the current procedures are that are being followed at the consulate. So I'll guide you and your partner on what needs to be done, where to take the medical, what final fees are needed, and what official documents are needed that must be presented on the big day. And in the final run-up to the interview, I provide a detailed, personalized checklist on what your spouse must bring to the consulate on the day of the interview. Now, this is especially critical as forgetting to bring even a single document, a single required document, can cause weeks, sometimes months of delays. So even if a missing document is provided, well, the next day, sorry, but the consular officers have already moved on to new cases. And for them, it is a very, well, low priority to circle around and reopen a case just to confirm a missing document has finally arrived. Now, 1 to 2 weeks before the interview, your partner must undergo a thorough medical exam and review of his or her vaccinations at a clinic appointed by the consulate. Finally, your partner attends the interview at the U.S. consulate, and this is the main event. During the interview, the consular officer, well, must be convinced that your relationship is bona fide and not a sham for immigration purposes. And as previously mentioned, at the interview is where the high-quality VisaCoach front-loaded application, well, typically wins the day. The consular officer always reviews the case file before the interview starts. So we craft your application so that he's going to find many good reasons why he should trust you and approve the visa. And this is done even before he invites your spouse to sit in front of his desk. We want him to have seen our carefully selected and presented evidences and be mentally prepared to say yes. Now, typically, the interview turns into a fast and friendly formality. Most VisaCoach clients hear "Welcome to the USA" in just about, well, 3 or 4 minutes. Then 1 to 2 weeks later, your spouse's passport with the visa are delivered via courier. And then your partner has about 6 months to start the trip to join you in the USA. Now, what are the 2 biggest mistakes that are usually made? Well, believing the following false statements. Number 1, that once married to a U.S. citizen, the foreign spouse can automatically travel to the USA. And number 2, that getting married guarantees the visa will be approved. Sorry, but neither of these statements is true. There is no automatic permission. The process I've just described to apply for the spouse visa only starts once the wedding has taken place. Each step must be followed, each step done correctly, and only after, well, 14 to 18 months, well, currently, can the foreign spouse join you in the USA. And second, having a marriage certificate is no guarantee of approval. The consular officer must be convinced of your sincerity and bona fides. Sadly, your honesty is not assumed by the officer. You must prove it to him. And that's what the VisaCoach front-loaded petition, well, is all about. Arriving on a IR1 Spouse Visa, your spouse is already approved for permanent residency. And usually your partner's green card, which proves that permanent residency has been granted, arrives in the mail about 2 to 3 months later. Now, you are now temporarily done with immigration. However, the new green card is conditional, only valid for 2 years. And in 2 years, we must go back to USA to upgrade it. More about this later. But U.S. immigration is still cautious, still skeptical. The green card that was granted was only conditional, meaning it was good for only 2 years. Before the 2 years is up, we apply once again. This time it is called Application for Removal of Conditions on Residence. We apply, it is granted, and now your spouse gets a regular green card that does not have conditions. A year later, after a total of 3 years as a permanent resident, your spouse is eligible to apply for U.S. citizenship and get a U.S. passport. And don't worry, even though there are many steps, VisaCoach is ready to help you through each and every step. From visa through to conditional green card, then unconditional green card, and finally to U.S. citizenship. This was Fred Wall, the VisaCoach. And on a personal note, it's not just because I want your business, but you should not go this course alone. In today's atmosphere of extreme vetting and, well, anti-immigration sentiment, it's too easy if you don't know what you are doing to mess up. And I get too many calls with people in tears who are now finally doing their research and reaching out to me after they got denied. Don't let this be you. Now, please like or add your comments to this video, and then go to VisaCoach.com and sign up for the VisaCoach monthly newsletter. Each month it is full of tips and advice on marriage-based immigration, and it's free of charge. And when you sign up, you get 2 free ebooks that I have written, 120 K1 Visa interview practice questions, and 5 things you must know before starting on your visa. Finally, when you are ready to get started, well, call for your complimentary case evaluation and speak with me directly.
Before starting on your immigration adventure, before entering an arcane maze of rules, regulations, and procedures, before committing yourself to a risky path that could mean an end to your happiness, speak with the VisaCoach and ask for his free case evaluation. He listens to you to learn the red flags and strengths of your case, your eligibility and goals. He will suggest which visa is right for you, the best strategy to get it, and how soon your love could join you. VisaCoach's friendly advice and support might make the difference between approval and denial, and could save you months or years of loneliness and separation. What have you got to lose? Book your free evaluation today.